What's up, everybody? Last week we got the mid-season update, the final mid-season update to Vanguard and Call of Duty Warzone. The final one before we get Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2. But with that came the new BP50 assault rifle. There's also the Liena 57 LMG, but it's not unlockable right now, so we're going to cover that whenever that's unlockable. But the BP57 is a new AR. I've had some time with it. This video was going to be up sooner, except Sim.gg was dealing with the hurricane before they could update their data, and True Game Data didn't have all of the data for all the attachments and stuff. So I was kind of waiting for that, and that didn't come till late Saturday. So that video was delayed until today. But the BP50, it's okay at range. It's nothing spectacular. You could use it if you want, and you will get kills here and there with it, but it's going to get beat out by most assault rifles that you are already using or planning to use at range, and it's going to lose out to like the Whitley and the UGM8, which people are using a lot. And so it fits better, in my opinion, as a sniper support role. But even then, there's other better sniper support options. But it's still really fun. I had a blast with it when it first came out. I'm still going to throw it in as my AR sniper support just because it's fun, and the other AR sniper supports aren't like worlds better. But there's definitely better options than this. But that all being said, let's go ahead and jump into the loadouts, and I'll show you the sniper support loadout, just in case that's all you're interested in is best use and how to use it. And then I'll show you a long-range loadout, and then we'll jump over to Sim.gg and do statistical comparisons just a little bit like we normally do. So let's go ahead and jump into the loadout. Okay, so starting off with sniper support, as usual, we go with the recoil booster like we do with all SMGs and sniper supports from Vanguard. And then we go the rapid barrel. It says it hurts recoil control, but this thing, other than the first bullet, has like no recoil at all. I mean, it has recoil, but it's really easy to control, except the first bullet on the initial firing recoil jumps super hard up and to the right, but after that, it's really easy to control. So then, since we're on sniper support, we're going to go with the CR laser magazine. This 7.64 54mm R 50 round mag kills the fastest, at least at torso. Gives you the least amount of gives you the most recoil, and then you have the 50 round mag that gives you the least amount of recoil, the 30 caliber mag. Increases headshot damage, which is really good. And then you have the 60 round mag. This once again has like no recoil. Little more than the 30 caliber 50 short rounds, but it does have 10 more rounds. I prefer the 50 round mag. Like I said, it's got the least amount of recoil. It's got and it gives you more headshot damage. And the only difference really is between the first two mags is it drops off sooner, hitting in the torso, but it does kill faster in the head. And then you do have the 50 round mags, which kill faster in the torso, but they do give you more recoil, and I think it's just better to stick with the 30 caliber 50 round mags. And then we go lengthened or subsonic as usual. I like to go lengthened. Optics kind of up to you for sniper support. I prefer the slate reflector. The iron sights aren't too bad on the gun, but it's just whatever you prefer, of course. Rear grip, I go with the usual SMG of taped grip, especially if I'm pairing this with a sniper and I want the faster weapon swap speed. And with this being an AR, I want to help the sprint to fire speed, the movement speed, and my aiming stability. And then stock, there's a couple options you could go here. For the sniper support, I prefer the skeletal stock. It does hurt your sprint to fire speed a little bit, but it helps your aim walking move speed, which is nice when you're strafing in a gunfight. It does help with that initial firing recoil of that first bullet, which is the hardest part of controlling this gun. And the other option is the remove stock. The remove stock, it does help your movement speed, but it hurts the recoil control. So it's kind of up to you. Either one of these stocks work. I liked the skeletal stock, especially with that initial firing recoil, with that little bit of help, especially if, it's an AR paired usually with a heavy sniper, so we're going to be shooting it a little more at range, and so that little bit helps. Once again, if you don't mind the recoil, we always go with fleet. We always help the movement speed. Or if you don't mind the increased recoil, vital's good too, especially considering that we hurt or we're missing out on the torso damage of the other mag. So that's a good option. Tight grip is good for the sustained recoil. Brace is good for that first initial bullet. So it's kind of up to you. Frenzy is also another good option when you're pushing whole teams by yourself, or 2v4s or whatever to get that health regen after kills. But I like going with fleet for the movement speed and the weapon swap quickness. and then on hand for the ADS speed. So this is the sniper support build. This is the build that I think fits this gun best, and the build that I think you should really use. But if you want to try it out for range, of course we go with the MX silencer, and then we're going to switch to this 540mm barrel. The Court helps ADS speed, but it hurts recoil control, bullet velocity, so we're not going to do that. Rapid barrel hurts bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, so that's not really going to help us at range. And so we go with the 540 PMH. It does hurt fire rate, but it helps bullet velocity, helps recoil control, and so that's all important stuff. And then for the laser, we're going to switch to the 80 flashlight for that recoil control. We're going to keep the same mag because it increases that headshot damage and aim down sight speed. But if you want a little more ammo and, you know, at range you're not going to hit as many headshots, the 5.6 millimeter is really good. I would not recommend the 7.62 50 round mag because of that that decreased recoil control. So stick with either one of these mags that you like. But once again, I would probably go with this mag on Rebirth, and then for Caldera, I would stick with the 5.6 millimeter 60 round mags because you do lose bullet velocity and damage range on these short mags, whereas the 5.6 drops off a little bit further. I'm going to go ahead and stick that one in there. It's 10 extra bullets, drops off further, but you don't get the headshot damage. It's kind of a preference thing once again. And then from there, we're going to stick with lengthened, your choice of optic. I've gone back and forth, and I just stick with the 3-6. If it has glint, it has glint, but it's got the least visual recoil of the between 2.5 and 4 times sights with the best sight picture, and it's just overall the best combination. From there, we have a couple decisions to make. I found that the initial firing recoil didn't really help that first bullet too much, so I built it more for sustained recoil, and so I ended up with the polymer grip, the Leroy custom, and tight grip, and then on hand. If you don't find that that's helping you enough with the sustained recoil, or you're really missing from that first bullet, of course you can switch to, which one is it? The stippled grip. You would go stipple gripped, then you would go with the NOM 11S, and then you would switch to brace, and that would be your initial firing recoil. But the initial firing recoil is really only on that first bullet, so I found that the sustained recoil help was more helpful and more useful to me, and so this is how you would run it as the long range, in my opinion. And that's really the two loadouts that I would recommend trying. Once again, I don't recommend this gun unless you just want to use something different. I still think that the STG is better, the auto's probably still better, the Cooper's still definitely better for range, and for sniper support, the Cooper's still better. A lot of the SMGs are still going to be better, and I just don't think that it's the best at anything, but it works as a sniper support, and it's okay at range. And if that's all you're interested in, thank you so much for watching, and for those that want to see some statistical comparisons, I'm going to jump over to sim.gg right now. Okay, so now that we're over at sim.gg, you can see that the loadout here is the exact same as I had just now on Warzone. We're starting off with the long range because this is an AR. And this is just comparisons for the different ammo types. When you're looking at chest shots, you can see that the green, which is the 30 caliber 50 round, versus the orange, which is the 5.6 millimeter 60 round, they're pretty much the same with a farther drop off for the 60 round mag. And then you see the purple line down here, which is going to be the 7.62 50 round mag, and you can see it does have more recoil. So it's up to you if you want to try to control that recoil, but it does give you a significantly better time to kill. And that's to the chest. When you look at the head, it changes a little bit to where now the 30 caliber 60 round mags is pretty dominant over the other two, but that's only at headshots. And at range, once you get to this AR range of, after the drop offs here, 33, 39, so on and so forth, you're not going to hit near as many headshots unless you're cheating or you're just fucking disgusting at this game. And so we were really looking at chest shots for range, even neck shots, stomach shots. The 30 caliber 50 round mag does end up being the worst mag for range. So then what about sniper support? So we're looking at sniper support here. Once again, the mags are in the same order, same exact build as I just had in Warzone. And we look at the chest shots, and it's pretty much the same chart with slightly lower times to kill because we have the rapid barrel, we have the recoil booster, but all the mags get affected the same by that. And so chest shots, Once again, if you're hitting all chest shots, the 7.62 50-round mag is going to be your best bet. But if you're hitting headshots, once again, the exact same thing happens to where the 30 caliber 50-round mag ends up being the best by far. And that's more important in a sniper support role because you're going to hit more headshots, because obviously it's easier to hit headshots when you're within 10 to 30 meters or 0 to 30 meters versus, 50, 60, 100 meters. And so the best mag for sniper support is going to be the 30 caliber 50-round mag, and it's going to be the 5.6 60-round mag for long range. So then here we're looking at the long range ARs. We're looking at chest shots. We determined that the 5.6 60-round mag is going to be the best for range, but let's say it's not. Let's say you can control the recoil. Now the BP50 is competitive up to about 39 meters, but a lot of your gunfights take place at 40, 50, 60, 100 meters with ARs, and now it's losing out pretty handedly to the chest shots, and you have more recoil. So it means you got to hit these shots to get this TTK, whereas these other guns are much easier to hit those shots, or just as easy, definitely not any harder. And so with the 5.6 60, you're getting really beat out, and it doesn't really compete with the STG, the Cooper, the Automaton once you get into range. And then, a lot of people are really high right now on the UGM and the Whitley. The UGM's been meta, and we'll just go with sim.gg's build, and that's blowing out every AR for the most part. I mean, even on headshots, the gap widens in a lot of areas because we're not using that 30 caliber 50-round mag. And so once again, you're going to lose out to that. And I didn't put these on here because it's just not it's a different class of weapons. A lot of people don't like using LMGs, even if they are the best. But the Whitley 2, blowing everything out of the water. Headshots, chest shots, you name it. It's better than the ARs, except for the Cooper up close. And so we didn't want to put that on there. It's different movement. But if you do look at the BP50, it's losing out to the main ARs. The auto got nerfed. The STG and the Cooper didn't get touched, and the auto's still really good. And the Cooper's still really good, and the STG is still really good. And so chest shots doesn't matter. Headshots doesn't matter. It's the BP50 is just not going to be competitive. Headshots, it does actually beat out the Automaton at first, but then it gets crushed at range. So that's not really great either. And so it doesn't really compete in the long range either. So then we have sniper support. Sniper support, same build as we just compared the different mags to, and I have in Warzone. And when you look at chest shots here for sniper support, the BP50 in the close ranges doesn't beat anything until it beats SMGs long after SMGs are supposed to drop off. And then once it drops off, if you were shooting an SMG at range and you could control it, you're better off than you are with the BP50. Headshot's a little bit different because we are using the 30 caliber 50-round mag, and at headshots, you're destroying the MP40, which is weak at headshots. And you're beating out everything except for the Armawera and the Nikita up close. You are beating out the Cooper, but then when we get at range, it's, other than the MP40, it's no better than the Armawera, and it's worse than the Cooper and the Nikita at headshots. And so, I mean, it does kind of have its place here in sniper support. I think the biggest deal with what makes it usable is this ADS time. It's faster than the Cooper, a lot faster than the Nikita. It's faster than the Armawera, and it's not a whole lot slower than the short barrel MP40. And so that does help a lot. I definitely felt that in gunfights. It's got really fast ADS time, and so it does work in your favor at that point. But it also ties for the lowest rate of fire. And, it does have more recoil than the Armawera and the MP40, the way I would build them. But it's got more recoil than the Cooper, probably less than the Nikita. So that ADS time does help. You are going to hit your shots. It will help you kill faster, but it is still not fast time to kill unless you're hitting all headshots with that 30 caliber 50-round mag. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate any watch time at all. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more. This week I should be uploading a loadout video, a long-range video, a short-range video, and then whenever the Leanna 57 gets released, I'll be putting out a video on that, as well as any important Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 and DMZ information coming out. So hit that notification bell so you know when those are uploaded. And let me know down below what you think of the BP50. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I smart? Am I dumb? Let me know what you think down below. And as usual, I will link sim.gg as well as my Twitch. I have been streaming almost every day. I also have my Instagram and TikTok linked down below, which I post on pretty much daily. And my Twitter is also linked down below if you want to check that out, but that is less gaming heavy. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Caldera, Rebirth Island, and Fortune's Keep while we still have them. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.